Hey guys, happy Thursday. Wanted to jump on here really quick because I promised yesterday that I would do a video on how to count carbs. And so we're getting ready to start tomorrow. I hope you guys are super excited. I want to first start off with that I recommend highly that you use one of the free apps to calculate your carbs for you. I wish I had a device to where I can show you how the app works, but I'm using my cell phone, so I can't do them both at the same time. But I do recommend that either you use MyFitnessPal or you use Lose It. Those are two apps that I've used before that I'm kind of familiar with those apps. And so basically how the app works is you input your information, you input your weight, and it will allow you, it'll tell you how many carbs is recommended and so forth for you to have for today. Hey Ronnie, for the low carb, on average, most people have anywhere from 50 to 100 to 150 carbs. 150 kind of sound kind of high to me as far as monitoring their carbs. Now, if you find that you have less than 50, you're kind of going closer to the keto. And you have to be careful with keto if you don't do keto on a regular basis. And so I have a few items here that has the information for me to show you how to do carbs. I hope, I think it was Shamika get on here so that way I can make sure I'm answering the exact question that she had. And if you guys have any other questions, because it sounds so similar, so small, but it's a broad topic. And so I want to make sure that I'm answering the question. I hope I'm answering the right question. And so I have a few items here with me. One of the items that I have here is a tuna jalapeno, comes from Walmart, right? And if we're calculating the carbs, what I would do on the app is the app allows you to scan everything. And so I would go scan it. And I would add it to my breakfast, my lunch or dinner, whatever meal it is that you're eating. And the app is going to tell you how cool. It's going to tell you how many carbs is in there. And so if you ate the whole package, one package is one serving, then it would say that you ate the whole serving. So let's say if you only ate half a package, then you would go and put that in there. But these apps, almost anything that you can think of, you can scan it and it will compute it for you. And when it computes it, you can go back and compare it. And so this particular package, if you go to it and you look at carbs, somewhere up in there, I'm trying to show you. This particular package has 2 carbs. And some people, when they're counting carbs, hey, Jazz. Some people, when they're counting carbs, some people want to do net carbs. Some people want to do regular carbs. Guys, this is your journey, okay? This is just a challenge that we're doing together. And so there's some guidelines, but I want to let you know that some people are going to do things different. There's no strict exact way because everybody's body is different. So I can't tell everybody to have X amount of carbs, X amount of calories, because everybody's body is different. Such as the meal example that I put up there. I know some of you was like, wow, that's so much food. And to some people that's used to not eating, it does look like a lot of food, but we need food to fuel our body. And so when I put the calories and everything in, it wasn't a whole lot. It was enough to keep you eating every couple of hours to keep your metabolism going. And it's about eating the right stuff if you paid attention to it. I think it was like, not including the shake, it was like 1,700 calories. And so depending on what size you are, for my body size, I think it said I can have up to 2,200 calories a day and still be losing 2 pounds a week. And so it really depends on a lot of other things. I have an app and I can scan everything they can eat besides the ones that can't scan. Exactly. And so the only things you can scan is like your vegetables and things that does not come with the label. And you can just simply, the app are so advanced that you can go put broccoli. You put broccoli in there and it'll let you know how many carbs is there for broccoli and so forth. And so over this low carb, I'm not really focusing on my calories as much. I'm more so focusing on my carbs. Now, I'm not going to go crazy because a lot of meat do not have carbs, right? And so I'm not going to go crazy and eat meat all day long because I still don't want to have too many calories. I'm going to make sure I eat veggies and so forth at every meal. But I'm staying between 50 to 100. And so in that meal plan, it did not have any fruit. Some people avoid fruit when they do low carb. It's up to you. I will suggest that if you do fruits, that you do the low carb fruits, such as your strawberries, your berries, your melons, but still watch the sugar intake. And so it's you, because what works for one person may not necessarily work for the other one. It's the MyFitnessPal app or the Lose It app. And so this here package has 2 carbs in it. And so if you ate this and made you a salad and use maybe some vinaigrette and apple cider vinegar and lemon or something like that for your dressing, like this would be a meal that you can have a lot of without taking up a bunch of calories or carbs. Okay, I have a lot of these different little ones. I like to eat them with cucumbers. They're good. I make it with and so I would probably put some eggs, a little bit of full fat mayonnaise, and cucumbers, and eat it that way. Take him to the potty, please. Another item that I have here are beans. I wouldn't eat this on the low carb. I'm just more so using this to show you the how to read carbs. And so I'm not suggesting that you eat beans on this low carb diet, unless you're eating a very few of them, okay? So these, let's say if you ate this whole can of beans, and this beans per serving, it lets you know that this can has 3.5 servings, okay? And so that means that this can is supposed to be split up between 3.5 people. You're not supposed to eat the whole can, okay? And when you go down to carbs, your carbohydrates, it's 23 carbs per serving. And so as long as you eat your half a cup, that's 23 carbs. But remember, if we're doing between 50 to 100 carbs throughout the day, and so like you wouldn't, like beans would be like here and there. It wouldn't be an all day type meal. And maybe if you're going toward that 100 calorie carbs, and maybe you only eating like 3 times, then the beans will be perfectly okay. It varies person to person. The most important thing I want you to pay attention to is your serving size and accurately count your carbs. This one also has 6 grams of fiber. And so if you're doing net carbs, because what it is fiber doesn't digest in our body the same, or it doesn't spike your insulin, or something of that sort. And so people who's doing low carb generally subtract the fiber. And so 23 minus 6 gives you 17. So it's 17 net carbs per half a cup. And so you would mark that in your app. So let's say if you decided to have this as a meal, if you had your beans and you had your tuna, that would be net carbs. That would be 19 net carbs. And so if you're doing 5 meals a day at 19 net carbs, that still keeps you under your 100 carbs. And so something to look at. This is one of my favorites, and it's high in carbs. The Honey Crunch Granola, the same thing. It lets you know how to read it. And it lets you know that a serving size is 1/3 cup per serving size. And every 1/3 cup, there is a total of 19 grams of carbs. And so, you know, 1/3 cup isn't that much. And it only has 2 grams of fiber. And so this will probably be on one of those days where it's like, I just gotta have something sweet, and I make sure I stay low my other days. But I hope I answered the question. I wish if you guys can drop some questions in there, I can be sure to answer it. If not, we're ready to rock and roll tomorrow. Everyone will continue to put recipes and different things up in there, and that's going to give us different ideals. Any questions that you come across while you're on your journey, pop them up in there, and I or somebody else will come through and answer the questions for you. The most important thing is to download one of the free apps. It's free, and it's either in your Apple Store or your Play Store, depending on what type of phone that you have, and it does majority of the work for you. You can scan it. If you're eating fresh fruits, you can just type it in there. It has an extensive database. You can type in there what you're eating, but you will want to become friends with measuring tools. You will, if you have a weigh to where you're able to weigh your meat. Generally, I think they said the palm of your hand is normally about 4 to 5 ounces. And so if you have a piece of meat that fits in your palm of your hand, generally it's about 4 to 5 ounces. And so the measurements are your friend. Okay, I love you guys. Is there any questions? I'm gonna scroll through the comments to see if I missed any questions that I didn't answer. 1200 calories. Under 1200 is really, really low, Ades. Especially unless you just recently had the surgery. 1200 is really, really low because we gotta eat. We gotta eat. For my body, I think I need about 2,700 a day to maintain. And so if I dropped it to 1,200, it's a good chance I can put my body in starvation mode. And so I personally wouldn't go that low. Like food is not our enemy. It's just a matter of making sure we eat the right foods, you know. Give him his yogurt and y'all get out. It's just a matter of making sure we eat the right foods, you know. Our veggies and our fruits and our avocados and different things like that. Food is our friend. It's just a matter of the right foods. My throat is killing me too, y'all. All right, guys. So, and we got our workout tomorrow at 8:30. It's time to work out live. I'm hoping that this throat is going to act right so I can get into the mood. And so y'all pray for this throat. Pray for this throat for me. All right. All right, guys. So I'm up off of here. If anybody else have any other questions that you think about later, just, hey, Miss Diana, just go ahead and drop the questions inside the group. And I, with somebody else in the group, will answer it. We're going to have some contests. I still haven't mustered up what the contest is. Like, I know I want to give away prizes. I like giving away prizes. And so I know I want to eating proteins first. Definitely proteins first. I know I want to, is this thing dead? Like, this tablet is dead, Abram. It's dead. Put this on the charger for him. I know I'm going to give away some free prizes. I just don't know what. I'm thinking about giving away some of our keto coffee and some other stuff that I have around here. And so when we get up off of here, I'm gonna come up with, because I want to make it fair, a way that everybody can participate and have a chance, but then also we know who actually participated can be the ones that win from. But I want to give away something free every week, and so I'm still trying to think about it. I'll have it, you'll know ASAP. If you got any suggestions, inbox me on a way that you think we can do a prize to make it fun, something for us to do. All right, guys. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.